La ville de Détroit, au Michigan, est bien connue sous le nom de Motor City. C'est ici qu'est né le rêve américain. Mais avec un des plus hauts taux de criminalité aux États-Unis, c'est un vrai cauchemar. Mais comme j'ai peur de rien, direction Détroit. Lorsqu'on arrive à Détroit et qu'on se promène, c'est un vrai dépaysement. Premièrement, c'est énorme, c'est une grosse ville, c'est industriel. Puis on a quand même une image de Détroit qui a été popularisée par les différents films, par l'industrie automobile, par le rêve américain. Et c'est désolant de voir combien il y a de buildings qui sont abandonnés, endommagés, détruits par le feu, par des vandales. On parle ici de plus de 35 000 immeubles qui sont abandonnés dans la ville de Détroit. C'est extrêmement pauvre. Pour vous donner un exemple, près de 50 des emplois manufacturiers ont disparu en moins de 10 ans. Donc, c'est clair que ça a un impact socio-économique majeur. Et on ne parle pas à ce moment-là de ce qui est arrivé au monde de l'automobile. C'est même dépressif de voir l'état des lieux. Par contre, lorsqu'on commence à parler avec les gens, on se rend compte qu'il y a encore beaucoup de fierté des habitants de Détroit pour donner une image noble de leur ville. Et ça va des gens qui vivent dans la rue aux autres personnes qui ont un bon travail et qui s'en tirent quand même bien. Ma première rencontre est avec un photographe qui, lui, se spécialise dans les photos industrielles de bâtiments abandonnés. Ça en donne bien parce qu'à Détroit, des bâtiments abandonnés, il y a à peu près juste ça. Le rendez-vous, lui, il a eu lieu dans un restaurant, dans un quartier qui est très col bleu pour ceux qui travaillent. Et on peut sentir vraiment la pauvreté. On peut voir que les bâtiments manquent un peu d'amour. C'est pas très rassurant. Le restaurant est très petit. Par contre, c'est incroyable comment le côté humain, des fois, peut changer les choses. En plus, ça donnait bien, j'avais faim. So, Shandor.
Hey, how you doing?
Very good. Yourself?
Not too bad. Just having a good little breakfast.
Looks good. Is that chili?
Yeah, so this chili, it's special at this restaurant.
What's special with the chili?
Well, it's actually a secret recipe. I don't even know what's in it. There's one guy who knows what's in it. He makes it fresh every day.
Every day fresh?
Yeah.
Speaking of special, you're supposed to bring me to some special place today?
Yep. So Detroit, nicknamed the Paris of the Midwest. We have architecture everywhere. But my big passion, I photograph all the buildings in the city. Once we get done eating, I'll take you to a place called the Easttown Theater. And it was probably one of the largest neighborhood theaters that was built in the city. 1931 was when it was built. Big, beautiful plaster work. Since it's closed, it's basically been scrapped for its metal. And so what I mean by that is, it was all mostly intact. Scrappers went in there, took welding torches to the steel beams, and just essentially cut it down, and now it's a big pile of rubble.
Is it dangerous?
It can be. Not only the structural integrity of these buildings, but by going in these buildings, you don't know who you're going to run into. You do get caught by police, but more than likely, you run into shady characters. I've ran into homeless. I've ran into scrappers. I've ran into somebody who actually robbed me once. So
Really?
Yeah. I was actually in the same building as when I got robbed.
You tried to scare me now.
You'll be all right, especially with those big guns on you.
I wish you'd be all right. Is this the area where they have all those thousands of houses?
It's really interesting. Detroit is very block to block. You go out in the neighborhoods, you go on one block, and it's pristine. Every house is occupied. Everyone's living in it. You go down to the next block, and everything's overgrown, and there's maybe one occupied house in the block. It's a city of much extreme, and you can see every extreme really quick and easy.
Okay, we'll finish this.
All right.
We'll go.
Sounds good. Let's go. So we're here on Highway 1, which is Woodward Avenue. It's a main street through Detroit. On the right here, you can see the remains of the Highland Park Ford plant. And this really has world significance in the fact that in 1914, this is where the assembly line was pretty much tailored to the automobile. Ford really built the city of Highland Park, which we're in right now. And the city is really interesting. The middle class was built here, essentially. It was made here. The city had so much riches. Everyone flooded the city for the automobile jobs.
It's a nice neighborhood.
Yeah, there's a lot of beautiful houses, arts and crafts style. I mean, a lot of these were architect-designed houses. This city had everything. Henry Ford built it with its own water plant. It had schools, it had pools in it. We're giving away school books. I mean, it was a posh city, and now it probably has fallen worse than Detroit.
Donc, une fois qu'on était en voiture avec Charles en direction du théâtre, il nous a fait visiter les lieux, on nous expliquait un peu les mœurs et coutumes de l'endroit. Comment ça fonctionnait, comment que les gangs fonctionnent, les policiers. On s'est même fait intercepter par un policier qui nous a vu se promener dans un quartier où il y avait plusieurs maisons abandonnées. C'est pas compliqué, ce qui sort de l'ordinaire. Ils sont en train, les autorités, de tenter d'éloigner justement tout ce qui est criminalité.
So we're here in a typical residential street here in Highland Park. You can see it's seen better days. You know, you look behind us here, you got a lot of beautiful houses where people have maintained, but sadly, you know, like a lot of parts of Detroit, you go across the street, you go down a different block, and you can see burned out houses, like you see here. And sadly, Detroit's known for its arson. We're probably one of the busiest fire departments in the entire world, especially like a city in Highland Park. They're very understaffed in the fire department. They'll roll up to a house fire, and there'll be 4 or 5 houses, just a big fireball in a row. You know, look across the street here. I mean, this is one big vacant lot, but originally there was at least 3 houses there.
Okay.
You know, there's whole city blocks where there's nothing left, and it's just grass. So it's interesting just to see in the neighborhood, just the nature reclaiming what was there originally.
Pour nous mettre en contexte, la valeur moyenne d'une résidence à Détroit est de 9 000 $. Donc, ça nous donne une idée qu'on doit en retrouver qui sont extrêmement chers, mais on peut en retrouver qui sont seulement à 100 $. Donc là, on arrive près du cinéma. C'est un quartier qui est pas très rassurant. On va même dire, c'est un quartier qui est un peu louche et qui est dangereux aussi.
So this is the East Town Theater.
That's where we're going.
That's where we're gonna go.
So where you want me to park?
Probably get across the street. That's about the only place I park. It's a pretty wild area.
All wild.
I mean, it's a lot of drug activity, a lot of crazy stuff.
When you come in those places, you know, how you manage to ensure your security?
So I always got to be on the lookout.
You carry any kind of weapon?
Carry a pistol, yeah.
Yeah? Can I see it?
Yeah?
So it's loaded?
Yeah. Got one in the chamber.
So that's the best way to ensure the security right there.
Yeah, I mean, better be safe than sorry. It's kind of like insurance in a way. I hope I never have to use it, but...
Better be judged by 12 than carry by 12, eh?
As they say.
il affichait pas nécessairement le type même de l'individu que tu t'attendrais qui se promène avec un arme. Donc, ça vous donne une idée puis un sens que lorsque tu es à Détroit, on n'est pas chez soi, puis que peu importe qui tu rencontres, tu peux pas prendre pour acquis que les gens-là vont être gentils. Première impression, quand on entre dans le cinéma, on peut se rendre compte que c'est un lieu qui a déjà été grandiose, de par sa grosseur et par l'architecture même. Par contre, ce qui est impressionnant, c'est comment on a réussi à abîmer le bâtiment.
Pretty tore up, eh?
Wow.
Hang
I
on.
guess this was beautiful before all of this happened.
Yeah, it was a beautiful space. I mean, I was lucky to shoot it beforehand.
Book, eh?
Yeah, so, you know, this was right at the edge of the staircase there, looking back. I mean, you can see it's a little bit weathered, but, I mean, you can see these faces that were someone stole out of there. The ceiling, though, I mean, was still beautiful.
Beautiful, yeah. C'est très déprimant de voir comment on peut laisser aller des buildings qui sont, à prime abord, impressionnants. Et c'était vrai pour le théâtre, mais c'est vrai aussi pour beaucoup d'autres édifices qu'on retrouve à Détroit, et même des maisons.
So this we're coming up into here, this was the ballroom of the
That was the
complex.
ballroom.
Yep. So you can see the plaster work.
And they took everything they could.
Yeah. This is the ceiling.
The ceiling coming down.
Yeah, hanging by rebar. So yeah, I mean, you can just see just the crazy destruction. Lots of times, you know, they even find bodies dumped in these buildings.
Yeah, obviously.
Kill somebody, they dump them in houses, buildings, because no one's gonna stumble upon them right away.
C'est incroyable de trouver de tels lieux accessibles au public, où le danger est omniprésent. Non seulement de la part de différents individus qu'on pourrait retrouver, mais aussi du côté de la structure même de l'édifice qui risque et menace de s'effondrer à tout moment. So, this is it, you know?
Yeah, this big demolition, essentially, this happened about 2 years ago in the course of maybe 3 or 4 months. I mean, I noticed here, like, if you look at that steel beam there, you can see where they cut into it. I think they're waiting for this to all fall in, because if you notice, it's bending. It's all gonna collapse, and like vultures are just gonna take the steel and pull it out.
Maybe we better get out of here before it collapses.
Not a bad idea.
I'm starting to get nervous. Donc, quand on se promène à Détroit, on ne peut pas ignorer le fait que c'est une ville de l'automobile. Donc, on peut voir l'usine Ford, l'usine Chrysler, on voit l'usine Chevrolet et on voit l'ancienne usine Packard. Une usine qui est extrêmement impressionnante, une usine qui a 1 mille de long, une usine qui a été fermée au début des années 50. Et ce qui nous impressionne vraiment, c'est que c'est laissé à l'abandon. À l'usine Packard, j'avais eu vent qu'il y avait quelqu'un qui habitait là. Donc, on peut comprendre que c'est pas facile à trouver parce que l'usine est tellement grande et c'est tellement vaste. J'ai commencé à me promener en premier en véhicule pour par la suite parcourir et frapper aux portes. Ouais. Je pense pas que ça doit être par ici, là. Il n'y a pas vraiment de porte de ce côté-là. On va aller voir de l'autre bord.
Hey, you guys need to go.
What?
You guys need to go. Don't be messing with our building. How y'all doing?
I'm looking for Alan.
No, that's okay. You guys carry on. I'm the historian here at the Packer plant.
Are you Alan?
Yes.
You're the guy we're looking for.
Well, what are you looking over here for?
I was looking for you. I don't know where you live at.
Right there. That's my home.
How you doing?
Good, good.
You go. Nice to
Don't
meet
hit
you.
me. Don't hit me.
No worries. So we're here actually to meet you because I'd like to know about the Packer plant.
Sure, yeah.
Can we go inside?
Well, yeah, the place is a mess, but I guess that's what you come here for.
That's all okay. Wow, you got a lot of stuff, huh?
Yeah. There's a few cars that I'm in the process of
How many
repairing.
cars you own?
Well, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4, 5 or 6.
So, Hal, you've been living in Detroit all of your life?
Well, actually, I lived in Detroit until I was 5 years old. They built an expressway, and they took the house. So we moved to like a rural area just outside of Detroit, maybe about 3 miles. And I come down over to this guy's place right here and help him do things. And, help this guy a few projects. And he says, "Well, why don't you move in here?" And I said, "Well, I don't think so. Thanks for the offer, but So anyways, I was buying a house in Detroit, and a friend of mine says, "Did you check the title on it?" I said no, and he discovered that the chain of title was broken. I could never own it, so I just left that house and moved in here. My partner's
You
invitation.
never moved back.
No, I've been here for 9 years, and it's a real blessing.
So I guess you've seen Detroit change over those years.
Yeah, it's a shame what happened to Detroit. The media kind of like brought Detroit to its knees. They start talking about Detroit murder capital and don't go to Detroit. They'll kill you, rape your wife, and steal your car.
So you think they pick on Detroit a bit more than others?
Way more than others. If you go to any city around here and say you're from Detroit, their jaw drop and they take a couple steps backwards. Because they just have such fear of people from Detroit.
Maybe it's not as bad as they claim, but still,
Yeah.
you can be blind.
Oh,
There's
sure.
stuff going on.
Oh, yeah, there's ever-present danger, but, like I say, if you stand in one spot long enough, something's going to happen. When you're in any place, I don't care if you're in Paris, you got to keep moving. You can't just stand there and wait for something to happen to you.
It's going to happen if you wait there,
Yeah.
obviously. Thanks a lot.
Oh, you're welcome.
Don't squeeze too hard. Ma première journée à Détroit est terminée. Je dois dire que c'est un choc culturel incroyable. J'avais besoin d'une bonne douche et de 2, de me reposer. Dès qu'on arrive à Détroit, il y a une belle pancarte qui nous accueille, qui nous annonce qu'on arrive à Détroit, que c'est à nos risques et que c'est très dangereux. Si tu viens pas de Détroit, on nous dit carrément que tu vas y mourir. C'est une façon, je vous dirais, peu ou moins accueillante qui nous fait réaliser qu'on n'est pas à Disneyland. Ce matin, il pleut. C'est pas une belle journée. C'est sombre, le ciel est bas. Et je me dirige vers 8 miles. 8 miles, ça, c'est la rue qui sépare le nord du sud. Les riches des moins riches. Puis il y a beaucoup de gens qui sont intoxiqués, et ça, à n'importe quelle heure de la journée. Ce qui fait en sorte que ça rend notre présence un petit peu moins sécuritaire, parce qu'avec des gens comme ça, ils sont très difficiles à prévoir. Et on doit en tenir compte pour pouvoir faire notre travail. Puis là, ici, on est aux côtés d'un liquor store, parce qu'il y a beaucoup d'action. On peut voir que c'est un peu différent dans le quartier ici. Les gens sont un peu moins cool que dans les quartiers où on était hier. Puis il y a plusieurs voitures qu'on voit tourner autour de nous autres depuis qu'on se promène dans les rues. Ça fait que faut rester sur nos aguets, puis être certain de qu'est-ce qu'on voit, puis pas d'aller se placer dans une situation où on peut être dans le pétrin. C'est assez surprenant. On pourrait penser qu'un samedi matin à 9 h, les rues sont quand même sécuritaires. C'est vraiment pas le cas. Puis ça fait spécial de voir que les gens consomment de l'alcool. Premièrement, ils n'ont pas arrêté de la nuit, puis ils continuent de consommer à 9 h le matin. Fait que ça en dit long. Là. So, George, you're born and raised here?
Yeah.
How was it growing up here?
It wasn't that bad. It was slightly hard, but it wasn't that hard for me because I'm a hustler.
So that's
Natural born
That's
hustler.
the attitude you need, resilience.
Yeah.
To be able to actually go by and actually make something happen.
You gotta make it happen.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Ain't nobody gonna do nothing for you. You gotta make it happen. For real Detroit stuff.
How you make cash here in Detroit?
I work. I paint. You picked the right one today. They got the right one today.
So is it tough to stay out of trouble? Because
It
obviously...
ain't tough for me. My mama raised me right. She used to whoop me, you know. And after I got incarcerated, I went to jail. And I seen, like, this ain't the place for me to be at, you know? And listen to everything. My mama always listen. If you don't listen and you don't take heed and learn off of other people's mistakes, you ain't gonna get nowhere in life.
So a lot of people told us not to come here. So why is that?
I have no idea.
No idea.
I can't really speak on this neighborhood, you know? I try to mind my business as much as possible.
Yeah, but sometime minding your business...
It ain't no sometime. I'm telling you what I do. Ain't no, I mind my business. 'Cause that's what if you don't mind your business, something might happen to you.
Thanks, George.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
You all right?
I'm all right, all good. Je quitte le liquor store, je me dirige vers le trailer park. Et le trailer park, c'est le même trailer park où ils ont tourné le film 8 Miles. Donc, le fameux film d'Eminem. Il a vécu là-bas, il a resté là. Donc, c'était quand même quelque chose qui frappait un peu l'imaginaire. J'avais vraiment l'impression d'être dans un film américain, comme on en voit lorsqu'on touche des parcs de roulotte. Et j'avais vraiment en tête, oui, on a le film d'Eminem, et j'avais le film Le Wrestler avec Mickey Rourke, où j'avais vraiment le même sentiment d'être au même endroit. Donc, je crois que c'est vraiment typique des parcs de roulotte qu'on peut retrouver dans toutes les grandes villes américaines. Je viens d'arriver dans un parc de roulotte. On est à quelques minutes de Détroit. Puis là, on s'en vient rencontrer Zach. Quand on va à la pêche, on emmène nos hameçons, puis nos appâts. J'ai fait la même chose. J'ai emmené un petit cadeau. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Just got you a small present.
Yeah. It ain't my kind, but I'll drink it.
It's all right. Can I have a seat?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks.
Yeah. Where you work out?
Just a bit, a tiny bit. Yeah. Why are you laughing back there? Eh?
Shit, we're gonna have to nickname you Sir Lift the Light.
Ce qui était vraiment le fun, c'est que c'est un climat de confiance qui s'est installé quand même assez rapidement. Puis pendant que je parlais à Isaac, les enfants se sont mis à s'introduire dans la conversation et ont commencé aussi à échanger avec moi et vraiment être généreux en partageant avec moi quelques anecdotes de leur vie. You look thirsty, all right?
Yeah.
Ah,
Thank you.
you want one?
No, I don't drink.
You don't drink? So it seems like the life is quiet here.
It is. It's quiet. Other than maybe sometimes.
So Daddy gets drunk.
That happened? Once in a while?
See, I'm an alcoholic. So the kids.
Okay, give me that.
No. So the kids, they said, come on, Dad. I said, let's go. I said, I can't drive. They said, don't worry about it. I was getting behind the wheel. Let's go.
Shit, well, I was 10, 11 years old the first time I ever drove a car.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe it was safer to drive for us to drive than it was for him to drive.
That's crazy.
Me and him were driving in a car together, me and him. I'm sitting next to him, because he used to sit in the driver's seat, and I would sit next to him, and I'd work the gas pedals on his
You're
steering.
kidding me.
Yeah,
seriously. So I hit a car. I actually didn't hit it hard,
No.
but I bumped it. He said, damn, boy, you just hit that car. So I scooted over. I said, no, I didn't. You did.
That's a good one. You have any story you can actually tell me?
Oh, let's see, man. My brother just passed away July 4th.
Yeah.
Just July. We were going to school one day, and we were cutting through the alley. And
Was that when you
dead
found
guy
that body?
in the
Yeah.
alley, you know?
Found that body.
Yep, and we're little troublemakers, so we started messing with the guy. We think, we're poking him with a stick, throwing rocks at him. I tell my brother, I said, damn, man, I said, he ain't moving. I said, he must be dead, man. He said, oh, he ain't dead. So I get a stick and push him real hard.
So you killed him poking him?
No. He was already dead.
You went pretty hard.
He was already
He
dead.
was already dead. He was
Yeah.
poking to make
Yeah.
sure.
I know, I'm just joking. J'ai été frappé de voir comment des personnes ordinaires peuvent côtoyer la mort, et ça sur une base quand même assez régulière. Et c'est comme si c'est commun ici.
I've been clean now for about 5 years because I was using drugs there for a little while. And I went into some houses to use. I put myself in pretty dangerous.
I guess so, because it's not safe, those houses.
Went into an abandoned house one time, and before I could get all the way in, I seen a guy down in the basement, and he was gone. But I backed right out of there. You know what I mean? Like, get the hell out of here.
Not only going there, but getting the drug, it's not safe either,
I would say this to sound crazy to you, but when I used to use, them people that sold the drugs made sure I got in and out of that neighborhood safely.
Safe.
Isaac, once again,
Okay. Appreciate it.
appreciate
Did
it.
you guys
It was nice meeting you guys.
À Détroit, il y a seulement 2500 policiers pour une population qui est sous la barre des 700 000. On parle d'une époque où il y avait près de 2 millions d'habitants. Donc, c'est une ville qui est extrêmement dangereuse. Pour vous donner une idée, il y a 11 fois plus de meurtres à Détroit qu'à New York. Lorsqu'on se promène, ça demande beaucoup ce qu'on appelle en anglais un street sense. Il faut avoir une certaine notion de qu'est-ce qui peut être potentiellement dangereux. Et comme je le dis tout le temps, il faut se préparer au pire et espérer pour le mieux, parce qu'on ne sait jamais ce qui peut arriver. Une situation peut se détériorer en une fraction de seconde. Bon, Détroit tough. Un gym comme je les aime. On va aller voir si c'est si tough que ça. Hello, Roger. I'm Hugo Gerard.
What's up, Roger Dijak? Good to meet
Very
you,
nice
man.
meeting you.
Same here.
So, how tough is Detroit?
Detroit is an extremely tough city. We face bankruptcy, largest city in America to face bankruptcy. We've got a crime problem, we've got a poverty problem, we've got a health problem. So Detroit and Detroit Tough are extensions of each other. What I wanted my gym to be is a reflection of the city. The most important thing about Detroit and Detroit Tough is I want it to be harder to kill. Because we look at ourselves as a city as resilient. And that's what I'm trying to teach each one of these members in the gym, is to be resilient and tough. So I think the two go hand in hand, because as the city rises, we rise. I've never thought Detroit was dead or beaten up. It's just we've taken a few punches, and now we're coming back.
Le propriétaire, c'était quelqu'un de très focus. Il savait où il s'en allait, il savait ce qu'il voulait. Puis il a vraiment à cœur sa ville et ses membres. We've been driving around and I can see, you drive 2 minutes away from downtown and it's getting tough.
Right, it is. It is. We have kids that come from the surrounding high schools, and if they don't have the money to afford a membership, I trade labor for the gym. So they'll clean, they'll do various landscaping, they'll shovel snow. Because these kids want an opportunity. They want an opportunity to go to college, play football, basketball. Because if I can instill in them a little sense of work ethic and somebody actually cares for them, then that may be passed on to somebody else. And they're going to turn from a life of possibly crime to a life of something that's positive. And anybody that, there's a homeless guy that lives literally right behind the gym. I give him clothes, I give him food. And in the wintertime, if he needs to come in here and spend the night, he just comes in here and spends the night. If I see a brother or a sister that needs help, I'm going to help him. And that's what my gym's about, is helping people. It's not about, I don't have six-pack abs. I don't care. I want to be able to reach out and help somebody.
You're a people champion. And being a champion is as always, winning the first place.
Right.
It's all in the attitude. And you definitely have a champion attitude.
Right, thank you.
Congratulations on it. You're doing a very good job. Pour eux, Tough Gym, c'est un gym où le monde va là pour se dépasser, apprendre sur soi-même et les aider à s'épanouir et à prendre sur leurs propres limites. Vous donnez une idée du mandat qu'ils se donnent. Chaque membre doit donner un nombre d'heures de bénévolat par mois. Donc, ça nous donne un peu le genre d'esprit, d'initiative, ainsi que la philosophie de l'endroit. Pour ce qui est d'être tough, par contre, oui, ils sont tough, mais j'étais bien plus tough que ça. Là, je suis parti du Tough Gym. Je me suis rendu seulement qu'à quelques minutes au Heidelberg Project. C'est un projet où c'est de l'art urbain. Bonjour, ça va bien?
Ça va bien, et tu?
Wow, I like your French.
Thank you very much.
Can you tell me about you and about this, please?
Well, I think that the Heidelberg Project is a very unique thing here in Detroit. It all began in 1986 with the vision of one guy named Tyree Guyton, an artist who actually grew up on Heidelberg Street in the 1950s and 60s. And if you can imagine, back then, this neighborhood was a very different place.
All different.
It was different, yeah. Tyree said to me before that this neighborhood was like a paradise. But over time, the landscape of the neighborhood really began to change. And, there were a lot of vacant homes, abandoned lots. The area became rather depressed.
To be honest with you, before getting in here, it's not that nice. Obviously, when we get at the corner of the street and we start seeing the artwork, the color, and it's quite amazing because it brings a lot of light into some probably darkness into this neighborhood.
Somebody said once that Detroit is one of those cities that doesn't really get by its good looks. In Detroit, it's really the nitty, the gritty, the kind of chaos that exists here. It is kind of beautiful in a sense,
C'est difficile de voir vraiment un ordre à tout ça et de voir vraiment le côté artistique, autre que le fait que ça attire vraiment l'attention et ça pique vraiment notre curiosité. So before we go and you show me around, I noticed this saying right here, say nice things about Detroit.
Yeah, we've had a lot of challenges here in Detroit, and it is a beautiful city. I'm very proud to live here. I wear it as a badge of honor, so very important. Say nice things about Detroit.
I will.
All right. Thank you. Great. Let's go. This is the number house right here.
The number house.
Yeah.
I thought it was for sale for $30.
No, it's not for sale for $30. This is one of the oldest installations here on Heidelberg Street. There was a family that used to live here, and they wanted to become part of the project, so they let Tyree paint numbers all over the house so that the kids in the neighborhood could learn how to count. So, yeah.
This is a nice tree.
Oh, yeah, this is the Animal Farm tree, actually. If you look way at the top, you see that there are shopping carts up there.
Yeah, I saw it.
A lot of people ask me about that. And I must say that there's an urban legend that when there's a full moon, Tyree can fly at night, and that's how they got up there.
So, Margaret, can you tell me what it means to the community?
Wow, you know, I think it ties into Heidelbergology, how you create something like this and use art to kind of weave into a fabric of a community. It has a lot of effects on the people. Some people like it, some people don't understand it, and some people just don't like it at all.
Comme elle mentionnait, ça fait pas l'affaire de tout le monde. Et là, au cours des derniers mois, il y a eu 6 feux qui ont été allumés dans les résidences dans la rue. Des résidences dans la rue, il reste 6 maisons seulement.
There used to be a house that was here, and it burned down. And as you can see, even though we've had all these fires, there's still lots to see here. This has been recurated into a new installation. It's called A New Beginning.
So basically, if I switch something, I'm actually being part of the artwork.
You are part of the artwork. It is a living art environment here.
Let's switch something, yeah. This is it.
There you go. All right. Great job.
Thanks. Ce qui est vraiment fascinant, c'est de voir que ça prend pas grand-chose pour donner espoir aux gens. Ils veulent faire revivre leur quartier, ils veulent faire revivre leur ville. Donc, c'est vraiment beau de voir ça. Donc là, je suis en train de me promener, toujours du mauvais côté du 8 miles, donc le côté dangereux. Et là, j'arrive près d'une station-service, puis ce que je vois pas, un bel Impala bleu, un modèle des années 60. Et là, il y a 2 gentlemen qui sont là. Et là, c'est la fête d'un des 2, puis lui, il aime mon camion. Ça donne bien parce que moi, j'aime sa voiture. Fait qu'on a pris le temps de jaser ensemble, puis de discuter ensemble, d'échanger nos pensées sur nos véhicules, puis de prendre des belles photos. Donc, ça a été vraiment le fun. Et tout ça dans un quartier hyper dangereux. Can you tell me something about it? It's nice.
Everything original. Huh? Ain't nothing been changed on that.
There you go.
Get your work.
That's what you call original.
That's original.
Ain't nothing changed.
64.
64 only got 62,000 miles.
Older than me. I probably came here about 77.
Nephew, crank it up, yeah.
Without the key?
Oh, damn, I ain't got, oh, my bad.
That's gonna hit. I'm sure you can crank it up without the key. I'm sure of it.
This ain't the Motor City.
Wow, it's smooth.
Look, I got the air conditioner in. That still works.
You got the air conditioning in it. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Not too shabby.
The original
You
bat.
play baseball, eh?
The original bat.
That's a slugger, eh?
Where you go? Everything working on this motherfucker. Look at this guy. Big guy. This you go, my bodyguard, man. I'm doing some big things.
How was it growing up here?
A little rough.
Rough?
My area right here from Harper all the way to French Road, it's a terrible area.
So what it's called, this area here?
It's called the
Buzzard County.
Buzzard County.
And it's great, too.
It's great?
Yeah.
It's great if you know how to live in it, but if you don't,
Our city is
you'll be
great.
ate up.
Yeah, if you come here the wrong way.
Our
Right,
city
right.
is great, period,
But they
man.
wouldn't even mess with you,
Our
big
city
dog.
is... J'ai mis le Détroit.
Oh, your French is pretty good, Deontay.
Détroit.
See? Je me souviens.
J'ai mis le Détroit.
I'm still amazed how big this fucking guy is. This nigga almost almost bigger than this fucker. I don't even call you nigga, but
You did. You get there. Stop drinking milk.
his arms
and eat
make
eggs.
3 of them in my hand.
Yeah, I'm headed there. I can do it, you go.
Et à un moment donné, ben, tu te rends compte qu'il est temps d'y aller parce que tu peux pas rester, malheureusement, trop longtemps au même endroit si tu n'as pas nécessairement une forme de protection ou vraiment une raison d'être là. On s'est rendu dans un barbecue extérieur chez Gritty Greg. Chez Greg, on peut sentir un faux sentiment de sécurité, je dirais. Aussitôt que tu mets le pied sur le trottoir, tu as l'impression de tomber dans une zone de guerre. C'est sûrement un des quartiers les plus dangereux de Détroit. C'est pas compliqué, sur sa rue, il y a 2 maisons d'habités et le reste, il n'y a rien là-dedans.
Come on in, Greedy Greg's. Rib, tips, mac and cheese, collard greens. Come on in.
Greg, c'est un individu qui travaille pour un des 3 grands de l'automobile. Et la fin de semaine, il fait du barbecue. Lui, il est natif de la Louisiane. Il a toujours aimé cuisiner. Et il aime ça, échanger, le contact avec les gens. Craig,
Yes.
can you tell me a bit about you and about what you're doing here, please?
Yeah, well, it happened a couple of years ago. My grandfather was a chef in the military, and he always cooked and everything like that. So I always cooked for people and stuff like that, and people kind of enjoyed the food. So my Uncle Louis, he was like, well, you should start, selling dinners. So I was like, maybe no. So I gave it a try. People started coming from everywhere, love the food. So I've been doing it ever since.
Well, I can smell it, and it smells so good, you know?
Yes.
And most of your clients, are they living around here, or you have people coming from all over the town?
They're coming from everywhere. First it started with the people just coming from around here, and then as people start to know and word of mouth, people started coming from more different places, Canada, Texas, Miami. And it was amazing for people to come from where they came to and stop down here. It was an amazing thing. It made me feel real good inside because you could have went to any restaurant in the world.
But they come to your place.
To my place. So that makes me feel good. That means I have something good to offer a person, and they don't mind driving, they come and get it.
Donc, je suis allé voir la conjointe de Greg pour voir c'était quoi le secret de sa fameuse sauce barbecue. Parce que je dois dire, ça sent bon. How you doing?
I'm good.
So I heard the sauce is what makes the ribs so special. How you make it?
Well, I add a little something in it. I'm going to tell you my secret.
All right, it's okay. How would you describe soul food?
It's all about the season.
It's all about the season.
Yes. If you ain't got that season and that in there, it's gonna be plain.
That's a secret. You just told me.
But I ain't tell you what I put in it.
Oh, that's okay. Can I taste it?
Sure.
Okay. Wow. C'est excellent. Vraiment bon.
Rib tips, Greedy Greg's. Come on in. Rib dinners, rib tips, mac and cheese, collard greens. Roll the window down. $12 dinners, come on in. Everything's ready. Come on in, rib dinners.
Ce qui est vraiment plaisant à voir, c'est que à la fin, tout le monde est là, on échange, on a du plaisir, et tout à coup, tu oublies où ce que t'es, tu oublies la criminalité, tu oublies le danger, tu oublies la pauvreté, et ce qui amène tout le monde ensemble en commun, c'est qu'on est en train de partager un bon moment, on est en train de manger quelque chose de bon, d'avoir du plaisir, et ça, je dois dire, c'est vraiment quelque chose de le fun, et c'est quelque chose qui est très plaisant d'expérimenter à travers le décor d'enfer dans lequel on se trouvait. Et les ribs, je dois le dire, excellent. La ville de Détroit m'a vraiment troublé. Parce que pour moi, c'est une ville qui a beaucoup de richesses. Chaque automobile, chaque camion américain qu'on conduit venait de Détroit. Quand je suis arrivé ici et que je me suis mis à parcourir les rues et voir l'état de la ville, j'ai vraiment trouvé ça désolant. Et j'espère que les gens de Détroit vont trouver une façon de redonner les lettres de noblesse à cette ville qui a déjà été un joyau des villes américaines.